Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Todd Champion. This is Camping with Champion, and tonight I'm going to try and stealth camp right outside of this radio station. I found this little plot of trees with a small opening that I think I can squeeze my camouflage bivy into. Should be a pretty good spot for the night. However, it has been storming all day. Got a break in the weather right now, and I'm hoping I have enough time to get my tent set up before it starts storming again. There's supposed to be thunderstorms tonight. So far, they're not calling for any tornado weather or anything like that, so fingers crossed, but I am on my way to the spot right now. That's the radio station up there, the brick building. That is WQSB 105.1 country music radio station. Maybe I can call in and get a song requested or something tonight. Got to go through some pretty tall grass here. Hopefully I don't step on any snakes or any giant puddles of water. Right up ahead are the trees that I'm wanting to camp in. They form a little triangle with just a small opening right in the middle that I think is going to work out just fine. There are quite a few cars at this radio station, but I haven't seen any people out there yet. This is the spot. I'm gonna go around the other side. It's a little bit more of an opening over here. Right there is the radio station, so we're not far away at all. Here's the spot. As you can see, pretty good coverage around the sides. And then this open area right in the middle, I think it's going to be just big enough for me to get my bivy in there. It's supposed to start raining any second, but the real bad storms aren't supposed to happen until around, I think, 9 or 10 p.m. So we got time to get set up. Everything is just wet though. I probably should clear off some of these pine cones actually before I get my tent out. The bottom of my pants and my boots are already soaking wet. These boots used to be waterproof, but over the years, they're less and less so. I really don't want to move all of the pine needle because it's really soft. So I'm just gonna try and get rid of as many of these pine cones as I can. I felt like I did a pretty good job of getting rid of the majority of the pine cones where I'm gonna lay my tent. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the tent out now and get that set up. Because if it starts pouring, I need something to be able to crawl into really quickly. Change of plans. First thing I'm gonna do is get my small tarp set up. Then I can set the tent up under that. I was going through my bag just now and I just realized I forgot my freaking sleeping mat and my camo netting. So the camo netting, I feel like I can get away with this one without that, but the sleeping mat, man, I really need that because it's supposed to rain a lot tonight. And if I'm trapped inside my tent for a long period of time, I at least want to be comfortable. So I think what I'm going to do is set up camp here. Then I'm going to drive back to my house, which is about 25 minutes from here, and get my sleeping mat. I really just don't want to sleep without it. I have a pretty good excuse this week for forgetting stuff though. I'm almost positive I gave myself a concussion a few days ago. And probably could have used a stitch or two in my head right here, but I'll talk about that later on in the video. First, let's get this tarp set up. I've never actually used this tarp other than to put over my hammock, and it is just barely big enough to fit over the top of my hammock, but it should give us some cover from the rain and allow me a little bit more area to hang out in for later when it starts raining. I'm gonna tie it to this limb right here. Ow, freaking briars. Ow! I somehow have gotten myself right in the middle of a bunch of thorns. Ow. Ow. Jeez. Ow. Thorn is holding my tarp down over here. There we go. Okay. Tighten this side up. There we go. The tarp is up, but right now it looks just like a giant rain catch. I'm gonna have to find something to put up to get a point on this so that the rain will drip off. That's one thing I don't like about this tarp. It has no more connection points other than the four corners. So if I had another tie out in the middle, I could tie that up to another limb or something and get us a nice good point right in the middle, but it doesn't have one. So I do have some other tarps. They're just a lot bigger, and so that's why I haven't been bringing them, but I'm gonna have to start bringing them. I just didn't have it with me when I went to leave today, so I brought this one. It's getting dark really fast because of the overcast skies. Somebody sent me some new tent stakes, really good ones. I didn't see a name though of who sent them, but thank you for that. But I forgot those as well. So, and I am going to go back and get my my inflatable mat, but I'm going to have to go ahead and stake this down now. So I don't really see any reason to grab those while I'm there. But thank you so much for those. From this point on, I will be using the new ones. They are really nice. And they are not gonna bend, I can tell. So I want my head to be up this way. I'm gonna actually flip this around. Whew. Because I'm trying to hurry, I'm not gonna film myself putting this up. I'm just gonna get it done as quick as possible because it's getting dark really fast. I am so sweaty. That rain has got the humidity just off the charts right now, but I got everything set up. Oh no. I just realized that the head of my tent is sticking out from up under the tarp, but I've got a rain fly on the tent as well, so it should be fine. Check it out. My tent is actually sticking out just a little from the tarp, but it's fine. I still have this little area on either side of the tent so that I can set my stuff, things like that, but that's it. Here's a quick look from farther away. I'm not really worried about this side. It's actually the side facing the road that I would be concerned about. Let's take a look from that side as well. Oh yeah. Honestly, even without the camo netting there, no one is gonna see me from the road. No way. All right, y'all, normally this would be the time that I get out my camping chair and sit down for a little bit so I can dry all the sweat off, but I really want to go get my sleeping mat, so I'm gonna throw all my stuff under this tarp, run back to the car, go get my sleeping mat. It's probably gonna take me like an hour to go up there and back, but it'll just be a flash for you guys, so see you in just a minute when I get back. I've got my sleeping pad, but I figured while I was out, I would check a few dumpsters on my way back to the spot for the night. So I'm at the dumpster where I got caught by that homeless gentleman once. Hopefully he's not here now, but we're gonna check these dumpsters real quick. Ugh. Nothing good in this one whatsoever. There's one more dumpster over here behind the Dollar Tree. I've honestly never found anything good in that one, but we'll check it anyway since we're over here. This is not looking good right off the bat. It is overflowing with trash. Dang it. What a bad streak we are on right now. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything worth climbing in over. Struck out again. Well, there's at least one Dollar General I know on the way back. Might as well stop and check it too. Okay, I'm at another Dollar General. If this one's empty, I'm just heading back to camp. Huh. Not looking good. Dang. All right, well, another bust. Dang it. I guess we'll try some dumpster diving again next week. All right, let's get back to camp. We are back. I'm just making my way through this tall grass. It's a lot creepier at night. Oh golly. That was a really big drop off just now. Ow! And I'm in a bunch of briars. I gotta go back up. There's the radio station, and it looks as though there's at least 2 or 3 cars still there, so I don't know. Billboard. Ow! It's a giant billboard right here. I have an idea I wanted to do where I actually pay for a billboard and it'll just say camping with the champion. It'll have an arrow pointing down, and then I'll camp somewhere like right beside the billboard or something that night. So literally pointing out that I'm there, just to see what would happen. I don't know. Y'all let me know if you think that would be a funny one. Ow! Looks like all my stuff is still here. Hopefully no animals or humans are inside my tent. I did bring my camo netting back with me. I'm gonna hang that up over the front here, close to the side that's facing the road. Not because I'm worried about it tonight, honestly, but I'm hoping to sleep till like 7:30 in the morning, so it's gonna be daylight, and I'd like to have that camo netting up when the sun comes up, so I'm gonna throw that up real fast. I've got the camo netting up, and as soon as the coast is clear with the cars going by, I'm gonna turn the light on for just a second so you can take a look at it. I tried to actually disguise this one a little bit, throwing some grass and leaves and limbs on it to kind of break up the straight edges, but I don't know, it looks pretty good to me. I think it'll do. I think it looks pretty freaking good, especially from the road. Nobody is seeing that. Here's a close-up view of it real quick. And obviously if you get close, you can definitely see it. All right, I'm going back inside to sit down for a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and get my air mattress inflated. I'm gonna use my inflator. Oh, didn't mean to turn it on right there. I'm gonna use my inflator to air it up. I'm gonna do that while the traffic is still kind of busy. Of course, it got dead quiet when I said that. But I'm gonna do it while the traffic was still busy. Just to mask the sound of my inflator, because that thing can be pretty loud. There's a few cars at the radio station, but I think those may be like the radio station cars or something. Like maybe they stay there all the time. I don't know, honestly. As soon as I started talking about while the traffic is still busy, it literally came to a dead stop. What? I'm gonna go ahead and get ready though. That way when the traffic starts coming by again, I can turn the inflator on and get this thing aired up. Oh no. Looks like my inflator's dead. I haven't charged this thing in months. I have a battery charger with me though, so I'm gonna let it charge up for a few minutes and then do it again. I am sitting on this like triangle fishing chair because I couldn't find my other chair. I think I put it in my storage unit though. But anyways, I had this in the car, and now I remember why I got the other chair. Those camping chairs that you kind of put together that have the bungee cords and they have a back in them. Oh my gosh, they are so much better than these cheap little fishing chairs, for the simple fact that you can sit down and lean back in them. Y'all want to see what I brought to cook tonight? I brought this Jimmy Dean bacon bowl. I figured I'd just put that in the pot and mix it up and heat it. That way it should be good. Just something a little different. And then I brought a Cheerwine. I have one more of these left after this one. Freaking delicious. And then of course I have a cherry pie in here as well. Oh, and I also brought this Japanese candy dessert thing from the subscribers. The subscribers sent me a whole box of different Japanese snacks and ramen drinks. So we're gonna make this little thing tonight. Now that the rain is pretty much gone, the mosquitoes are coming back out in full force. So I'm gonna put the thermocell on. Look how crazy I look in this red light. Look at me. All of your cherry pies are now mine. I watch a lot of YouTube videos about how to make YouTube videos and things like that. And I learned one thing about these red lights, that if you want to look evil, you shine them under your face like this, and it creates these shadows under your eye. And that gives you like a real sinister look. But if you shine from up above, you get rid of those shadows and it just completely changes your face. It's wild how much lighting can change the scenes from this to this. And I'm not even changing my facial expression at all. That's crazy. Been charging my little inflator for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and get my air mattress all pumped up. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit, so I want to get this inflated and then I'm gonna cook supper real quick. Hopefully I can get that done before the rain starts, and then I can climb inside the tent and we'll read some comments from last week's video. That thing is so freaking loud. All right, I'm gonna use my hands to pump it up the rest of the way to get it to where I like it. So I was on the phone with Tony from the YouTube channel Random Adventures 2.0, and I look over on my bag and there's these two granddaddy long legs. One of them's just standing there, but the other one's just like his body's bobbing up and down, up and down, up and down. I told Tony about that and he said, oh, that's like their mating ritual. And I swear, that spider was looking me directly in the eyes when he was doing that. So, I mean, and it does get pretty lonely out here. Go. All right, let's see. Guess what? You know how earlier I was talking about how I couldn't find my camping chair, so I brought the little fishing triangle chair thing? Well, I was getting my stove and my little table and everything out of my bag. My chair was in there, in the bottom of my bag. I mean, this chair is small, about this long, about that big around, but it's not tiny by any means. I cannot believe that it was right there in my bag this whole time. I looked everywhere for that freaking thing, except the bottom of my own bag. I didn't think I had it. You know what that means though? Because last week, when I camped in the abandoned building, I had to sit on that dirty bucket that I found in the bathroom the whole time because I didn't know where my chair, I thought I just didn't bring my chair that night, but my chair was in my bag that night too. It had to have been because I didn't unpack anything out of my bag from that last camp until tonight. All right, let's start cooking here. Got my spork, got our breakfast bowl, Jimmy Dean breakfast bowl. I'm just gonna dump it in here. I've never cooked one of these any other way but a microwave, so hopefully it'll work out just fine. You know what I was just thinking? I hope these things may cook by getting steamed in the microwave, so I don't know if cooking it like this is going to work that well. There's a lot of stuff in here. All that cheese out of there. This is filling up my whole pot. So this is the Fire Maple quick boil system. I don't think it's meant for cooking in it like this, but I have been, and it's been working just fine, so I don't know. All right, ow, something bit me. Let's fire this thing up. Now I'm still getting used to having a stove that I have to light with a lighter. I'm glad I've got my silicone sport for this one, because I'm going to be doing a lot of scraping around this. Dang, can I turn that down? I've got that on just about as low as it can go, I think. Maybe I should add a little water in this. I don't know, guys. This may have been a mistake. Ah! So I mentioned earlier, I think I may have a concussion. Well, a few days ago, I was out riding an e-bike. I like to go riding e-bikes like late at night sometimes. Like, I had some stuff going on the other day and it was bothering me. And honestly, sometimes I'll go out at night and I'll ride my e-bike and it's just like super relaxing, you know. Anywho, so that's what I did. But as I do, I forgot to put on a helmet. Honestly, didn't even cross my mind to put it on. Don't know why, but so I was going and my hat flew off. And I reach out to grab my hat, and when I do, I don't know what I did. I think I may have pulled the handlebars to the right, and I just slammed head first into the ground. And I got up and, you know, grab my head like this. I look at my hand just covered in blood. So I'm looking out like this because I don't want to get blood on my shirt, and blood just pouring out of my head. I thought like, oh no, this is bad. Instant headache too, so I knew it was a pretty good hit. And so I called Carica and I said, hey, don't freak out. I wrecked one of the e-bikes and I'm bleeding a little bit. Can you like bring a towel to me? Because I was just right down the driveway area and I couldn't ride the bike back because the handlebars were bent to the right and the tire was still straight. And at that moment, I couldn't get it bent back. So I start walking home trying to push the bike. I got blood in my eye and I see a light behind me and I'm like, oh no, one of the neighbors is coming out. This is embarrassing. So I start pushing the bike, heading home faster, trying to get away from him. And then I hear somebody say, hey, champion. And it was Carica, my wife. I was like confused, I guess, from the hit. And I was going the complete opposite way of home. I was going the opposite direction. And but she yelled at me and caught up with me. And I'll show a picture right now. If you're squeamish, look away for the next few seconds. But it's just gonna be some blood on my face. I'm not gonna show a close-up of the cut. But anyway, so here it is. Yeah, so I will always wear a helmet from now on. I didn't go to the hospital. I think I probably could have used 1 or 2 stitches at most. It was maybe like a 1/4 inch, if that, gash in my head right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's healed up pretty nicely now. But that night, I didn't know any better, and I took some ibuprofen, which apparently is a blood thinner. So after I got the wound to stop bleeding and stuff, cleaned it up, and I put some Neosporin on it and everything. But later that night, I got up to pee, and like I just said, I'd taken some ibuprofen because my head was killing me after that. I go in the bathroom to pee. I look down, trying to pee, and then blood just starts pouring out. I guess the ibuprofen, and then, you know, I think a head wound bleeds a lot anyways. It was so gross. But anyways, it's been a couple days now, and I felt pretty nauseous the next morning after that, like really nauseous. So I'm pretty sure I probably concussed myself. I learned my lesson though, y'all. So all the kids out there watching this, put your helmet on. Put your helmet on. If I would have been wearing a helmet, it literally hit me like a rock, hit me right in my temple right there. And that's what the cut's from. But just, or not in my temple, right above my temple. But if I'd have been wearing a helmet, nothing would have happened. I mean, I landed on I have bruising up my side, my right shoulder scraped up, you know, but if I'd have been wearing a helmet, would have had no head injuries. So I've definitely learned my lesson. You guys tell me all the time in the comments when I'm riding these bikes, put a helmet on, put a helmet on. 100% right, I should have. And from now on, I will. All right, let's check this food. It's warm, but I don't know. I don't think the potatoes are done. I don't know. It might be done. Alrighty, I'm pretty sure it's done. Oh! Take a look at it. Looks pretty good. Let's try out this potato and see if it's soft. That potato specifically could have been a little softer. Look at the cheese. That's good. I'm calling that done. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of salt in here just to get a little more pizzazz. I don't think I've ever said the word pizzazz before. What? Ooh, I almost dropped it. A little seasoning salt. Oh gosh. I almost said I've got to get something to put this salt in, but a subscriber sent me these two little like spice holders for camping, and I just got those today. I haven't had a chance to put my stuff in it yet, but thank you so much for that. I don't think that person left their name. I don't believe that person left their name with that one, but you know who you are. Thank you very much. If you want to say in the comments or email me that it was you, I will give you a shout out in the next video, because that'll be when I use them for the first time. Thank you for that. Not bad at all. Like I said, they're the bigger potatoes. They could be softer. That's freaking good. You know what? I've never even thought of buying like frozen stuff like that, letting it thaw out and then cooking it here. But now that I've done this may open up a whole new world of possibilities for me. Had one of these once before on the channel, but this is Cheerwine. It's from North Carolina. A subscriber sent me three of these. This is my second one, and I still have one left. Freaking delicious. All right, y'all, I'm gonna finish eating. I'll bring you back. We'll eat some dessert, and then we'll read comments from last week's video. And now I'm gonna try this real quick before I eat the cherry pie. It's a Japanese candy, and I have a list of what everything in the box is. A subscriber sent me this box full of Japanese treats. I have a list that tells me what every one of them is, because I can't read Japanese, but I forgot to look on the list. Here's the instructions though. It looks like I'm gonna mix something together, then I dip it into a cone and then eat it. Oh my gosh, look how cool these little cones look. Is that it? Look at these little cones. Oh my gosh, that's so. I feel bad now. I should have saved these and ate it with the kids. Oh well. All right, we got our little packet here. I guess we're gonna pour this packet into this little tray and then mix it together. I wish you could smell this. It smells like cotton candy or bubble gum or something. It smells really good. So now we're gonna add some water. I'm not sure how much because it's all in Japanese. I'm just gonna add a little to begin with. And I'm gonna mix this up. We'll add more if we need it. Well, there's what it looks like. I'm gonna taste it. That was weird. Okay, so it just tastes like, I think there's pop rocks in here because something is popping in my mouth, and that's what it tastes like too. Now we're gonna take one of our ice cream cones. Trying to give it a little swirl. And there it is. Here we go. Okay. The cone was not crunchy. It doesn't taste like a real ice cream cone. It's kind of chewy. And this candy tasted weird in the cone. I ate the candy by itself, it tastes fine to me, but in the cone, that was kind of strange. Very chewy. Uh-oh. Starting to come down now. I can feel water hitting me. Oh, I got that all over my hands. I am going to make sure all my stuff is under the tarp, and then I'll come back. It's raining good now, and of course the rain is coming in from the side of my tarp that is slanted up and not the side that I have slanted down, so I'm getting wet. But I'm getting everything. What was that? I think the pine cones are falling off of the trees because stuff keeps hitting the top of the tarp. That's got to be what it is. Okay. Should be good there. My water. I think this is everything. I've got my site cleaned up pretty well. I'm gonna climb inside the tent. I have been hanging out inside the tent for a while, and I gotta be honest, my feet stink. My feet have been wet all day long from this wet grass and the rain. And when I took my boots off, oh my God, it's bad. I might have to burn these socks when I get home. But my kids gave me these socks and they say, best dad ever, so I can't burn them. Guess I'll just have to wash them like a normal human being. All right, I'm gonna eat this cherry pie and then we'll read comments from last week's video. Look at this thing. Just eat this super fast. That was freaking delicious. That was probably one of the fresher pies I've ever had. All right, let's read a few comments from last week's video. I'm only gonna read like 4 or 5 because I'm pretty sleepy. All right, first one is from I Am Not Yo Jimbo. To feel fear and charge ahead, that is bravery. To do something stupid and feel no fear, that is stupidity or some other kind of mental condition. So he's referring to last week. Somebody made a comment and said that I was brave, and I was saying I don't really think I'm brave because I'm scared on all these stealth camps, really. Not so much tonight, but usually. But I just do it anyways. So he was basically saying being brave is to be scared but to do something anyway. So maybe I am a little brave and a little stupid. Next comment is from Carol I think it's Carl Lewis _King. Did you check to make sure nothing was inside the poop room bucket before you sat on it? I actually didn't. It was pretty heavy too, so I think something was in there, but I'm hoping it was just whatever came in that bucket in the first place. But no, I didn't check it or anything. I just grabbed it out of there and carried it in the other room. I did brush the top of it off a little bit though before I sat on it. So far, it looks like both of these comments I didn't respond to, which I don't understand because I felt like I had gotten caught up on everyone's comments. Maybe I just missed those two, but that's weird. I usually don't have two in a row that I haven't responded to. Oh, I dropped my phone. All right, next comment. At Red Beacon 4871. That rain is really coming down now. Red Beacon 4871. Dude, WTF. Laugh out loud, glad you posted another video. Hey, if you can, do me a favor, please. Just let my wife, Mona, of over 20 years, let her know that I love her with all my heart and she will always be my one and only. Thank you. My name is Anthony. Mona, Anthony freaking loves you. You will always be his one and only forever. I hope you guys have a happy life together. This comment is from Paul1210. Jesus is the Lord. Love this video, Todd, especially you whispering at the end, like the cops must have been about 100 yards away. Haha. God bless. So Paul, the first time it happened, the first time the cops, the blue lights lit the room up, I had no idea where they were. I literally thought they were right outside the door, and I was telling Karika, my wife, that in that moment I was thinking, okay, should I just go ahead and yell out and say, hey guys, I'm in here, let them know I was in there so they don't get spooked and shoot me or something, or if I should stay hidden. But apparently I was staying somewhere where they were basically, the cops were like hanging out on the road out front, and they were catching people like a speed trap, I guess, and just catching people speeding through there, and that's what it was. But at the time I didn't know that. I thought they had just pulled up and that I was busted for sure. All right, one more comment and then I'm going to close up my tent here because rain is starting to get in on me. It is raining so hard now. Okay, final comment is from Rob 1970s. Love this one too, champion. Was very enjoyable and entertaining. I guess you can't do videos more than once a week, so it'll be another week until we can get another. Looking forward to seeing you again soon. I'm completely hooked. I'm glad you're staying home in October. I was getting worried about it, but I'm just happy now. Thank you, champion. Hey, thank you, Rob, for watching all these videos. And I'm excited about actually not having to go and do the beet harvest job and being able to continue making these videos. If I didn't have to edit the videos myself, I said this a lot of times, I'm not good at editing. I'm very, very slow at it. It takes me a long time, but I get it done. But if I didn't have to edit them myself, I could definitely do 2 camps a week. But until that day happens, yeah, we're gonna stick to the one stealth camp a week anyways. Maybe eventually I can start working in some regular camps during the weekdays too. All right, y'all, thank y'all so much for those comments. I appreciate all you guys commenting. It helps the algorithm. It helps YouTube say, hey, people like this stuff, these videos, and then they push it out to other people. So thank you guys so much. I am going to zip up the flaps on my tent because rain is sprinkling in on my back right now. Ooh. Come on. Got my pad whip over here. Gotta do the other side too. It's really coming down out here. Ugh. Oh man. This tarp is not working well. My stuff is getting soaked. Gonna put my raincoat over my bag. I have a waterproof thing that goes over the top of this bag, but I didn't bring it, of course. So I'm just gonna hopefully Hopefully I can keep my raincoat over the top of it, and maybe that'll protect everything that's inside of it. I did a really bad job of setting this tarp up too. My tent actually sticks out further than my tarp. I have it at an angle at least though, so all the water is running off of there. All right, I'm gonna climb in this tent and hide away from the rain. All right, y'all, I'm going to lay down and try and go to sleep. I actually have to pee really badly, but I'm not getting out in this rain. I'm gonna lay down though, try and get some sleep, and hopefully nothing happens, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night, everybody. Good morning. It is 6:30 a.m. I just checked the weather and it's supposed to start storming. There's a 50% chance. A 50% chance of a thunderstorm at 7, so I'm gonna hop out of here and start packing the stuff away. I really hate packing up a wet tent, but there's no way around it. Maybe tomorrow, if it doesn't rain, I can lay it on the back of my truck and let it dry out. But anyways, I'm gonna get up and start packing everything away. I have somehow got my headlamp stuck in this loop. I don't know how I got that piece of plastic through there, but now I'm having trouble getting it out. While I'm thinking about it, a few weeks ago I lost my headlamp on the camp. This week I got this headlamp in from a subscriber named Kimberly. Thank you so much for this, Kimberly. This one takes 3 AAA batteries, and then I also got another one from a subscriber named Benjamin. Thank you, Benjamin, for this one. They both work perfectly fine. They both have the red lights, but this one's rechargeable, so I'll be getting this one in and out to recharge it. This one takes battery, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one in my bag, and it's just going to stay in there permanently. That way, when the day comes, and I know the day will come, when I forget to bring the rechargeable one, I'll always have one in my bag. So thank you guys for those. It really blows me away, stuff like that. Like, I didn't ask for this at all. I just mentioned it in a video, and you guys just heard me say that I lost my headlamp and you sent me new ones. That is so crazy to me, and I'm so appreciative to have subscribers like you. So thank y'all so much for that. All right, let's get packed up and get out of here. Time to put my wet boots back on. Ugh, gross. This was the softest ground so far. Even these really bad stakes went right in, no problem. I was trying to set my camera up to film myself taking the tent down, and look what was right in front of me. A big old spider. It did look a lot bigger than that. I think I scared it and it like scrunched up or something. I swear it did look way bigger. Oh my God. Whew. That thing built its web late last night, because this is the exact area I was walking over behind these trees to pee last night, and that was not there. Got the camo net down. Just gotta bundle it up, and then we are pretty much done. If anyone from the WQSB radio station is seeing this, thank you guys for your hospitality. I will give this a 5-star rating. Ow! Grab the thorn. They had to get me one last time before I could get out of here. one final look around our spot. Left it just as good as we found it. Now let's get out of here. Well, the car is still there, so it looks like we have gotten away with another one. As always, thank y'all so much for watching these videos. You guys are the best. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you like stealth camping, I have a whole playlist just like this. Check out a few more of my videos if you want. Thank y'all again, and I will see you next week for another stealth camp. Bye everybody.